This video is sponsored by PokeTownStore.com, the best place to get yourself some TCGO code cards. You're looking for the latest booster packs in town or that specific code to complete your deck. This is the website for you. Use the coupon code ZapDosTCG for 5% off your complete order. Also, this video is sponsored by cardmarket.com. This is a European platform that I personally use every single day. You can buy and sell cards to people all across Europe, and it's easy to do so. So definitely take a look at cardmarket.com if you are a European player. Next sponsor and the last of the bunch is going to be yourplaymat.com. This is going to be the website if you need to create your custom playmat. Everybody wants to have a unique playmat. You can design and upload images onto this website and create playmats from the get-go. Definitely be sure to check it out if you're interested in buying your own playmat and use the coupon code ZapDosTCG10YP to of course get 10% off your next order. Anyhow, enjoy this video. Thanks for watching through the commercials, and I'll see you in a couple of seconds. Peace! Sup YouTube, it's ZapDosTCG here, and welcome back to another TCG video on my channel. On this channel you get daily Pokemon TCG content, so be sure you are subscribed so you don't ever miss out. Chilling Reign comes out this week, and we are very excited to welcome a lot of new cards into our metagame so we can start making a lot of decks with them. I get a lot of questions about the new set and which cards you specifically should buy. Well, here is the answer. This is my personal buy list. If your opinion is different or if you want to add any cards to this buy list, be sure to let me know in the comment section. This is like, the buy list I personally would recommend a lot of people that are new to the game, because these are going to be cards that sometimes just might come out of nowhere into the metagame and are going to be very good. So you don't actually, this set is going to be humongous to collect for players. This is going to be the nice and easy way. These are the only cards I think you need at this point. If new cards come out, let's say in Evolving Skies or sets after that, that could combine very well with other cards that I don't mention on this list, be sure to let me know in the comment section as well. Let's get a discussion started. So without further ado, let's just get the show on the road with a 2-2 line of Abomasnow. Giving extra 50 HP to your single strike Pokemon could be nice, so that's why we included a 2-2 line in here. There could out of nowhere become a very tanky single strike deck that might actually use Abomasnow. It's a crazy ability. Next is a Blaziken VMAX. I think you need a 2-2 line just because of how good it actually pairs with Rapid Strike Energy. If you're already playing 4 copies of Rapid Strike Energy into your deck, it's easy to splash in a Blaziken line. Not only can you get back your energies from the discard pile and attach them to 2 of your bench Pokemon, which is pretty damn nice. You also slap some damage as a fire type, and being a fire type has its advantages. You might even go to a 4-4 line of Blaziken VMAX if you want to make a specific archetype with this, and maybe a Pidgeotto or Cinccino Engine and Cheryl. That could be an option because you can actually go in circles with your Blaziken VMAX. For now, I think a 2-2 line is sufficient in your binder. Next is Frostlass. If you evolve into Frostlass, you're going to be able to accelerate a water type energy from your discard pile to one of your Pokemon, which is pretty damn nice. It's very similar to Melanie in that effect because you're going to be able to accelerate energies, but this is an addition if you want to have an additional bonus. I know we still have Frostmoth in the format, but get your Frostlass while they're cheap, because at one point Frostlass is going to be better than Frostmoth, because Frostmoth would have been rotated out of the format, and that's going to be happening in 2 years time. So get your Frostlass while they're cheap. Moving forward, we're going to be having 4 copies of the Sobble. It has a very cool attack which allows you to get 3 Rapid Strike Pokemon instantly on the bench for colorless energy. That's already good as it is, but it also has, of course, the Inteleon. You don't need the Drizzile. Yeah, that's a mouthful. You don't need I can't even pronounce it. It's like a tongue twister, right? You don't need a Drizzile because the Drizzile from Sword and Shield is way better with Shady Dealings, getting out a card from the deck. So I think 4 Sobble is necessary, and 3 copies of the new Inteleon, which actually has, of course, the ability allowing you to snipe 20 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. So basically like Feather Arrow of the Decidueye GX way before it, but it's going to be a very good card. Already proven itself in Japan. If you want, you can even go for max 4 Inteleon if you want to, but 3 should be sufficient in your binder. Next is Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX. I know what you're going to say, it is weak to metal. I really never going to be playing Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX. Okay, understandable. If you don't plan on making this archetype anytime soon, just scratch the Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX. But I still think you need it in your binder if you want to have a competitive binder and have every option available. Let's say you see that a metagame is full of fire and all that, and you say, oh, I want to be playing a good water deck. Well, you might want to have your Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX copies early, because right now real life events haven't resumed just yet, and if you already have your Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX, that's gonna be good if they're in your binder, because they actually slap 250 for 2 energies, very sufficient damage output. We have Melody, we have Frostmelt, we have Frostlass, so many water energy acceleration options at your side, and it slaps huge damage, so why not get it into your binder. Next, might be a weird one, is 4 copies of Mareep. We already scouted that Evolving Skies, the set coming in August, does contain a Mareep for the upcoming Busted Flaffy, Dynamotor Flaffy. But that Mareep only has 60 HP, and I always prefer more HP, yeah, in general. I know this guy has a 2-3 cost if I'm not mistaken, but this Mareep is going to be the way to go, because survivability is going to be key, and at one point you probably will evolve into your Flaffies anyhow, and that's going to be good. Moving forward is Zeraora V. This is going to be a busted Rapid Strike card. Also going to be seeing play. Maybe has some copies in these Rayquaza VMAX deck coming in August. You need 2 copies. Already great as it is in combination with Passimian. We're going to be talking about Passimian very shortly, as well as Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX. So it actually slaps 100 to the active and 160 to one of the opponent's bench if you've used an attack from a Rapid Strike Pokemon during your previous turn. So these are cards I definitely will be putting into your binder for sure. Moving forward, some more cards here. We've landed to the Psychic types, and you definitely need 2 copies of Galarian Articuno V, just because of the fact that its draw power is very good. You can discard 2 cards from your hand in order to draw 1 card. It might not seem as busted as it is, but people will use this in combination with Cricketune. And you can draw cards. In the past, we had Oricorio drawing cards. We had a lot of like 2 price support bench Pokemon. This is going to be another one of those. And also, discarding cards from hand could be good when V Unions hit the scene very shortly. So that's going to be interesting. Articuno V, definitely 2 copies in your binder. Next is Cresselia. This is also a pre-release promo, by the way. If you're fortunate enough to get one of these pre-release promos, you should be okay. And you need 4 copies just because of the crazy attack that it has, allowing you to accelerate 3 Psychic Energies from the deck if you go second to one of your Pokemon. Very great, very good. Next is Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX. I definitely think you need a 4/4 line. You might think, oh, I'm never going to be playing Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX in my life, but this is going to be a support Pokemon for Psychic decks. Any Psychic deck might want to think, oh, I need energy acceleration. Let's just slap in a 2/2 line of Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX. Maybe even a 4/4 line, just because of how good the Underworld Door ability is. Accelerating a Psychic Energy to one of your bench Pokemon, drawing 2 cards. And this is going to be very good. Already proven itself very worthy in Japan. You can combine it right now still with tag teams. After rotation, you can combine it with whatever Psychic type Pokemon you want. And I think it's going to be the best, one of the best, if not the best card from the set. So you definitely need some copies in your binder. Moving forward, we have Galarian Zapdos V. This is one of those mascot Pokemon for me, because of the fact you can one-hit KO Eternatus V Max. Without a sweat, if Eternatus is playing 3 V Pokemon, the attack cost of Zapdos V gets reduced by 3 colorless energies at most, and that's going to be allowing you to slap 170 for 1 single Aurora energy or basic fighting type energy. Very, very good. 2 copies is sufficient, and same goes for Passimian, another one of these tech cards for Rapid Strike decks to be able to snipe 30 additional damage to the opponent's V and GX Pokemon. So it's basically like Telescopic Sight for Rapid Strike Pokemon as an ability, and it also stacks with Rapid Strike cards in this form of if you have 1 Passimian on your field, you can also like stack them, but you can combine it with Telescopic Sight, making sure something like Gmax Rapid Flow slaps 180. So crazy, right? Next is Galarian Moltres V. This is going to be helping out any dark deck. Any dark deck definitely wants to be thinking about this if you're playing basic Darkness energies, just because you can accelerate 1 from the discard pile once during your turn to Galarian Moltres V. In combination with some energy switches, that means Eternatus V Max patches up its weakness to Crushing Hammer, and also this can be an attacker of its own, slapping of course 190, which is enough to one-hit KO most 2-price support Pokemon. Think about Cricketune, think about Crobat V. Next is Viper, a very, very solid 1-price attacker for single strike decks. 180 if you've played a single strike supporter from your hand during your turn. You can boost it even up with single strike energies. And we're going to be talking about some other supporters in the form of Karen. Let's say you play Karen. You can even hit crazy numbers with Viper. Also hitting weakness against Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX, by the way. So very great if you're on the single strike camp. Next is a Spiritomb. This is going to be the Mad Party Destroyer because of the fact you can count all the Pokemon in your opponent's discard pile, and you can put that many damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon any way you like, and then your opponent has to shuffle all those Pokemon back in their deck. So not only do you nullify the effect of Mad Party, the damage output becomes 0, you also spread across their field, and Sinistese Yeah, Bunnelbees, everybody will feel that, and you get, of course, a huge effect out of Spiritomb. Could also be a way to fix some damage math numbers in the late game in specific decks. So 2 copies of Spiritomb, very great card. And also, now that I think about it, you can also make use of Spiritomb if V-Unions become very popular. Let's say the opponent has 3 copies of V-Unions in their discard pile, use a quick Spiritomb to put all the V-Union puzzle pieces back in their deck. As a little example. Next is Lipart V. This is a tool remover in the form of an ability. If you slap it down, you can remove a tool card attached to one of your opponent's Pokemon. This is going to be definitely a one-of in Eternatus. There's a lot of bench sitters already, and having searchable tool removal is very cool. Definitely getting rid of the big charms, air balloons, you name it. Very awesome. And then last but not least for the Pokemon is Blizzy V. I think it has potential to become a very, very crazy attacker. We'll see if that comes to fruition or not, but yeah, 250 HP for a basic is already nice as it is. You can go for buff padding, 300 HP. If not, go for big charm to 180 HP. I think buff padding is going to be the way to go though, because they're going to be a 300 HP Blizzy, which keeps on getting tankier and tankier by getting more energies from the discard pile. Okay, then for the trainer cards. This looks a little bit messy, but let me explain. In general, if you buy a booster box or any products, I think you should keep a 4 off of every trainer card and every special energy in your binder just in case. This time around, we cut around a little bit of cards that you don't need, stuff like Doctor and all that, weird stuff that you don't need. So this is going to be the buy list personally. For Agatha, moving around some damage counters is only 2 copies required. I don't think people will run more copies. Very similar to Grimsley in that sense. Avery, very cool if you play it. You draw 3 cards and also put the opponent to a 3 bench lock. That means the opponent has to discard cards from their bench until they have 3 bench Pokemon remaining. So like parallel city vibes here. Brawly, 4 copies. Sometimes that can actually be the key to get your rapid strikes in play, although Sobble can also do that as an attack effect. I don't know what you prefer. Next is Caitlyn, reprint of the Plasma series. Didn't sell play back then, but maybe a 4 off right now. Let's say you have a huge hand, decide to put all the cards on the bottom of the deck, you can draw that many cards. Maybe control decks might actually try this out. We have Dyna Tree Hill. Neither Pokemon can be healed from play, so no healing cards are allowed. So a 4 off and a healing blocking deck could be interesting. Echoing Horn, Deathlit, 4 off. The best friend of ADP. Before rotation, after rotation, you can be playing this with Victini VMAX, so you can gust after those V Pokemon with the Max Victory. We of course have the Expedition Uniform. Look at the bottom 3 cards of your deck, and you can place them back on top of the deck in any order. Interesting for specific attacks, could be interesting for sure. Let's say you're playing Flareon VMAX in the near rogue deck future. Could be interesting. You could use Oranguru first, put an energy on top, then use this so you can put some more energies on top and see how much your damage output could become. Interesting, nevertheless. Then Flannery. Flannery is able to discard some special energies, if I'm not mistaken. It's like definitely a control card. You need 2 copies for sure. Fog Crystal, staple in any psychic deck. You need 4 offs. Galarian Chestplate, reducing damage to you by 30. Very similar to the Metal Goggles, but only if it works for Galarian Pokemon. So are there going to be a Galarian defensive deck? Who knows? Karen's Conviction, slapping 20 more damage for every prize card the opponent has taken during your turn. Could be very huge. Let's say the opponent has taken like half of their prize cards. Your damage output gets crazy. So combined with Seviper could be nice. On the other sense, on the right bottom, you see the Welcoming Lantern. And that's also a way you can get back your Karen, because that's basically like a Versus Seeker for single strike decks. Clara is a recovery card. I personally like Ordinary Rod better, but 2 copies of Clara in your binder, you never know which deck might utilize multiple recovery outs. We have Melanie, 4 off. This is the new Water Welder. Discarding, actually not, accelerating 1 water energy from your discard pile to one of your benched V Pokemon, and then you can draw 3 cards as well. Old Cemetery, any deck that accelerates an energy to one of their Pokemon and it's not psychic, bam, you get 2 damage counters, 4 off. Very cool card, very cool stadium. Path to the Peak, the most broken card in the set, shutting down any abilities with Pokemon with rule boxes. You need 4 copies of that. Fionia is going to be fantastic for control players to be able to swap some cards from your prize cards with your hand. So 2 copies should be sufficient. Typically these decks in the past had Gladion and all that. Now Fionia fills that role in perfectly. Peony allows you to discard your entire hand. In order, if you do that, you can actually scout your deck for 2 trainer cards. Very similar to green, and we'll see play, mark my words. There's a new scroll for Rapid Strike decks. allowing you to slap 10 damage plus 50 more for every energy attached to the opponent's active for a lightning and a Carl. So it's like a machine card back in the days. You could be utilizing this as an additional attack output. Could be nice because Zeraora could be using that, or maybe Rayquaza could be using that, because those are, Rapid Strike Pokemon. Rayquaza comes out in August. We have the Rocket Helmet, the best friend of Inteleon VMAX. If your opponent's active attacks the Pokemon this card is attached to, boom, they actually have to just put 1 energy from their attacking Pokemon back into their hand. In combination with Inteleon VMAX, it's energy disruption at its best. We have a new scroll for single strike as well, allowing you to go through any effects like wall break. You can wall break Altaria, Decidueye, all that good stuff for Fire Carlos. I think it slaps 120 or something. Next is the Welcoming Lantern. Talked about this. This is the Versus Seeker for single strike cards. You can get back a single strike supporter from your discard pile if you play this Welcoming Lantern. Maybe this could be a way you can get back Karen's Conviction. Personally, I think Eldegoss is a better out, but maybe there could be decks playing for Welcoming Lanterns. You don't know. Maybe they play Bruno, Karen's Convection, and even some other single strike supporters that come out in the near future. Impact Energy is a single strike energy that counts as any energy added simultaneously. So basically like Aurora Energy, but without the downside to discard a card, but only can be attached to single strike cards. And as you would note in the comment section, yes, it's true. You cannot accelerate this with single strike Roar of Houndoom, unfortunately. Also has a little bonus, your Pokemon cannot get poisoned. Next is Lucky Energy. If the opponent's active knock attacks you and you have this energy attached, you can draw a card. So that could be interesting in decks having hand control. In the past we had an energy that does way better, like withdraw energy. We don't have that anymore, so maybe Lucky Energy could fulfill that role, but the opponent needs to attack, so they have control. And then last but not least is the Spiral Energy, allowing you to, of course, have a rainbow type of energies for Rapid Strike Pokemon, and this makes sure you cannot get paralyzed. So Tandem Shock stamp-proof material, so yeah, interesting for sure. So this is my buy list. Not too many cards out there. I would say the most difficult cards to get a hold of. You need like a 2-2-2 line of all the bird trios. Cresselia, Passimian, Spiritomb, and Seviper are your one-price geckos. And Shadow Rider and Ice Rider are like the most expensive out of the bunch. So yeah, anyhow, hopefully you guys enjoyed this buy list. If you did, be sure to let me know by destroying the hell out of the like button. I put a lot of time and effort into making these videos. So if you guys are enjoying what you see, be sure to let me know. And also, yeah, be sure to subscribe because I'm posting daily Pokemon TCG content, and it's going to be awesome when Chilling Reign is out on TCG. Oh, anyhow, have yourself a fantastic rest of your day. I wish you all farewell, and be sure to check out our sponsors. They have Chilling Reign codes up on stock, so be sure to use the coupon code ZapDoseTCG for 5% off. And yeah, already claim a lot of codes so you can get started instantly when the release date happens on the 18th of June. And I heard you can actually open your packs a little bit early. I think it's going to be on the 17th of June. You're going to be able to open up your TCGO codes instantly on a Pokemon trading card game online. So definitely use that coupon code ZapDoseTCG for 5% off on the Chilling Reign codes or anything else on the website. Go check out yourplaymat.com. This is going to be the website if you want to be creating your own unique custom playmat. I suggest you click the link in the description because you get 10% off your complete order. You can also use the coupon code ZapDoseTCG10YP, which also gives you that 10%. But if you click the link, the coupon code is applied automatically, which is the quickest way to get, of course, your custom playmat set up. And you can post your images and get your own playmat, and they ship worldwide. Last but not least, if you're a European player, go check out cardsmarket.com. This is the website if you want to be selling cards as well as buying cards from people all across Europe. Anyhow, have yourself a fantastic rest of your day. Thanks again for tuning in today, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with more Pokemon TCG epicness. I'm out. Peace.